Alright guys, this is William jumping here. Alright, so last time we left this skull, so let's start fill this skull. Right, this is just a pretty basic shape of a skull. Alright, so yeah, first is of course the eye, and before we do that, I'm going to smooth it out. So F and Shift and F, you get not so much, but just to smooth it. So to give us a better basic for building on it, and yeah, that's pretty good. And then I'm going to use this clay, right, and maybe make it a little smaller than that. So yeah, some people got the modeling of the head a little bit off. I think especially the tricky part is about the eye, because if you look at one person, you look him directly in the eye. So eyes most of the time is got most of the geometry. So what I'm going to do is to build this eyeball first and then add eyelids. So yeah, this make his person more likable and more realistic. So this is eyeball, and you can check the approximate size of the eyeball by go to the side view. I think that's already enough, and then on top of that I'm going to add the this brow, right, especially the right side part, to get a more mainly more prominent feeling, and add that eyelid up and down, right. You can get much raw feeling than just fine-tuning feeling, and of course you can get this I think it's got a mesh size, something like that, or volt size. Yeah, we don't need to worry about it. It's already set to a pretty fine-tuned. And of course, if you want this person to look more feeling, right, you can use this grab hook. You can grab it to get more right raised brow, right, and yeah, you can do all sort of thing, but for now let's just focus on the eyelid here. Alright, go to the right side, pretty prominent eye. You can control an R to remesh it, and you can use the smooth brush to smooth the area that you're not too satisfied with it. You can just smooth it out, and yeah, this so much about the eye. Pretty good. And of course the nose part. The nose part is pretty simple. You just go to the clay, you fill in this area, right? You fill in, and you can look at side view. Once you fill in, you can just right, so you fill in, and you already know that it's got material, you got more geometry to work on, and you can just grab it or just use the hook, just get it out. Right, just get it out. Oh, that's just too little. Right. A side view, but tilted a little bit. You know that. Okay, I think. Grab this out. You notice that this part has got a bone here. Maybe just to grab it out. That's more like it. Because if you just use the hook, it will give you pretty sharp nose, and that is not the nose that we want. Sometimes the nose can get down a little bit, or it up a little bit. I just aim for the normal, tilted nose, and of course you can control and grab down to fine tune this nose. I fine tune a little bit, but you already know that you got this bone here, so need to make that more prominent. Alright, and that's just a pretty small nose, so I'm going to add a little bit nostril. Oh, that's too big, the brush. Again, Control R to add a little bit more geometry and use this to get a little bit on both sides of it, and Control to push it down, lose control, get it up, got a little bit side of a nostril, up, hold the control, get it down, get it up, hold the control, get it down. Should get a pretty round shape of it. Hold the control. Add a little bit force to that side. Yeah. Front, maybe make it a little bigger. And holding control, just get side a little bit, like a slope. Right? Yeah, this is more like it. Good. That's pretty good. Pretty authentic. And I'm going to get a little bit claw here to make the eye socket a little bit more prominent, rather than just the eyelid. Oh, this is pretty good. Alright, and I think I still need to fine tune a little bit, which is the on the nose part. I think is the area that sometimes we ignore. Is that I want this to extrude a little bit, or this area extrude a little bit. Not too much, just extrude a tiny little bit. And let me get this. Or to extrude a little bit, so it's just become more natural, right? It's not just a right direct perpendicular to the face, but rather it's a line here. And of course, as I said earlier, you don't need to worry about the whole proportion because we're going to adjust it. You just need every part right, and then you can just get the whole face right. So what I'm going to do is to, let's look at here. This is pretty thin, man, and what I'm going to do is, of course, you can get the grab part right? And you can get a grab. You can just holding control to pull it inside, and that's definitely not good enough. Let's get it bigger and a tiny bit to get the nasal part, maybe a little bigger. Alright, and this looks fine by me. Okay, so yeah, pretty good, I think. And since I already mentioned proportion, I think if you are not satisfied with the proportion of the head, you can shrink it a little bit, right? Because you know we can just get pretty big, and just want to shrink it down a little bit. You think this proportion is not good, for example, you can grab here and you can just shrink it, right? If you think the eye part is not good enough, I'm going to get a stress. Then you can grab it up, grab it down. Yeah, just like you're fine tuning. You're using Photoshop. Like this is like a 2D Photoshop liquefying. You can fine tuning a little bit. Okay, yeah, pretty good. This looks pretty good, and you can even grab it down. For example, if I think this is not good, I'm going to grab this part down, and of course I can use this clay to adding that. Oh, that's too much. Smaller. Okay, this looks pretty good. Right. And yeah, let's fine tuning this eyeball area, and let's try to do that. Yeah, let me get it closer, and yeah, let's just get a fine tuning. This is too much. Okay, so this is like a bone above. That's too much. Let's decrease this strength, but I want to smooth it out. Right, and because essentially this is just eye socket, and you imagine there's an eyeball inserted, because we will do that later on. So you should get an eyelid that slightly cover that. So this is a little too flat. I'm going to extrude that out. Let's just use this one, right? Make it smaller. Stretch. You can reverse that to cover in a little bit. So upward bit you're going to extrude out, downward bit you're gonna cover in. So this I can get even smaller and increase the strength a little bit to cover it inside, to give it pretty clear line that is separated. You got a cutting line here. This do need a little bit stretching out. Too much, so you can smooth it. And get it out. Pretty good. Cover in. Yeah, what covers nose part in, and yeah, that's looks pretty good. Smooth it, touch. Let me just get it out a little bit to look at the whole picture. And I think maybe these two eye got a little bit far away from each other. I can use this grab to grab it either closer, maybe make it up. Kind of squish it inside a little bit, make a smaller touch. Get it down and touch. So you can feel it here. smaller, carve it. That's not good, that's a little bit messed up. Let me just get it closer. Alright, this one needs to be smoothed in. Remesh it a little bit. Control R to remesh it. Let's just get this eyeball in, because I don't think we're going to need it right now. So Control. Let's carve in. Give it more too much of this side. Let me fill this void area and smooth the inside. Maybe fill this part, touch. This area definitely a little bit filling. Right, this part need filling. Alright, this is more like it. And you can add a touch here and there, just to make a nice socket, a little more detailed. Then you can use carve to cover it a bit, to get it, and make it smaller to cover it. Yeah, just use a combination of these two. Then you can insert your eyeball later on. Right, this is just an eyelid. This is eyelid, upper and down. So you can insert here. Mesh it. This is more like it. too much. Okay, I think this is more like it. Smooth this part a bit. All right, good.